Welcome back to episode 12, the final episode of Pretty Boy Detective Club.
Sadly,
Damn.
it's the final episode.
It's the final countdown, boys. This is the last time we're gonna see our pretty boys.
I was
God
about
damn.
to start singing it, but we'll get copyrighted.
Oh yes,
Your
because your
singing
singing
will
is
just
just
be too
so
on.
good. Honestly,
Uh-huh.
yeah, the system's gonna recognize it instantly. Like, damn. Good thing that you
Instantly.
stopped yourself, Kiwi. Right, well, back to
I'm
Pretty
an
Boy.
amazing singer.
We got a lot of new characters introduced. Last episode, we got to see a lot of faces that they've been hiding. Well, maybe
Yeah.
one of them, but there's a lot of mystery still behind these characters. We also found out that Yakio actually was the one driving the cars and doing the hit and runs. I'm
Well,
kind of
So we know he did one. I guess we're assuming he did both, but that isn't necessarily
yeah.
confirmed.
We're assuming he did both, but we know that he is willing to do a hit and run because he was literally trying to run over Mayumi and Michiru. Yeah, that's what their names are.
I was about to say, but maybe he was just taking a drive and he went over
He was just-
Miami and accident. But then
Okay,
I
wait.
remembered, oh, he's in middle school.
Yes, let's remember that they're in middle school. They are not
Yeah,
old
what's he
enough
doing
to get a
driving
driver's
any kind of
license.
car?
Yes, exactly. I'm pretty sure some high schools, even some high schools in Japan, they don't allow you to drive cars. But
Or
correct me if I'm wrong
motorcycles,
there.
for that matter.
Yeah, they're just bicycles. You're only allowed to drive bicycles. Oh, ride
go by
bicycles, but yeah, there's a lot of
I
stuff.
have a bicycle.
Alright, shut up. There's a lot of stuff that isn't adding up, and still a lot of characters acting strangely. But
Oops, I hit
they're probably going to use like the thematic setup that they did in the first episode and try to tie that in somehow with this finale. And maybe, just maybe, since we've only been getting character development of Dojima, we might get some character development for a different character, such as Sotowin.
Or it might just
True.
I'm also glad that Michiru is also getting to be in the spotlight and actually working on a case, actively working on a case. So
Yeah, actively using his logic for the case and being right
well,
about
finally.
it, kind of. So far,
Like-
his logic has been flawed.
I mean, his logic wasn't
really.
flawed. He always came up with the most logical reasoning behind certain events, except the fact that everything else that happened before now was very illogical and out of his depth. Only an aesthetic boy like Sotowin would figure that shit out. All right.
We came up with an illogical prompt this time, though.
Yes, but for some reason this time he just came up with something that he didn't really have any evidence of, but he theorized about because of the way that the area was structured, the particular hill that we cannot name, because Kiwi would tick.
I'm
Donovan's
sorry.
Hill.
Donovan's hill, of course. Perfect. Alrighty
It's the
then.
doggy hill then.
Whenever they give us a letter we can't name, it's just Donovan.
Yeah, that's better. We'll just use that as a running gag throughout all of our videos.
So Donovan is our censorship.
Yes. Honestly, is using a furry as censorship is the most ironic thing ever, but yeah, it works.
I forgot it was a furry.
Well,
It's a doggy hill.
for our returning subscribers, you guys are gonna love Donovan once he starts recording videos with us. Now that my camera is still working, yes it is, I'm gonna start the
Is your
episode.
character Steve?
No, I'm still alive, Kiwi. I'm still alive. My mouth is still moving. Can you not clearly see this? Look to your
I
left,
cannot.
Kiwi. No,
I
what? Kiwi, we're in the same room. Just look to your left.
Sorry. I'm
We're
sorry.
always sitting in the
I'm
same
looking
position.
To my left.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
look
I'm
at me.
looking to my left.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Do
I'm
you see my
looking-
mouth moving?
Yes, I see your mouth moving.
Okay.
This
Ignore
is
my
kind of
character
embarrassing.
kind of twitching, but yeah, I mean, our faces are pretty close to each other. But thankfully, like, we're in a virtual space, so we don't really need to do social distancing. Either way, tangents aside, let's start the episode. Open up your
But
own
this
copy
wasn't
of
a
the episode.
tangent.
Yeah. Open up your own copy of the episode. Match it up with us. I'll do a countdown. There's gonna be a timer on the bottom. Yeah, that's the bottom left. Okay, yeah. I need to check the virtual space. I keep forgetting. You know, left and right is pretty hard. Well, technically it's the bottom left of the screen, but it's also my virtual
Hold your
right.
finger
So
down,
sometimes.
Zero.
It's
If,
next
if your finger makes an
Okay.
L, it's the
Okay,
left side.
guys.
Okay, it's next to me or
I'm
above
going
me.
to.
Just know that.
Yeah, it's. I'm gonna start the episode like this.
Kiwi's hiding the
In
timer.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm keeping it
1.
hostage.
Amnitorax.
Oh damn! This is the last episode.
Ah.
This has been such a great
We're pretty
series.
ditzy. Yeah, we're
No, we're
pretty
not
ditzy
starting
in
off with the
last
OP.
episode of this.
No.
Wow, that's beautiful art. Oh, that face looks really awkward. I'm sorry.
Wait, isn't this that painting? What was it called
It
again?
is the Jesus
Last Supper.
painting.
Yeah.
It's the Last Supper. Yeah.
Yeah, he was checking his rear view mirror.
Yeah, he was just taking a ride around the
As a middle schooler.
fields, you know.
And dare they kill the people in question?
I mean, Mayumi Dojima can see. Oh, that's kind of creepy.
He was playing Pokemon Go? Fuck this.
He was with.
Hey, we called it.
He's Serbi. Okay, that's Serbi. That's Serbi driving right there.
What?
What?
I did not. I
When
did
she's
not.
rolling in Mudai while she's driving.
No,
Yeah.
I would never. Only once.
Only once. I'd be scared of Yokio too. That guy looks freaky.
Oh wow.
Damn. Oh. Everybody disappeared.
That's why she feels alone.
Maybe we should call it quits. And Sotowin's the one saying this.
Mm-hmm. This is uncharacteristic of him.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Yeah, this feels kind of like.
Isn't that what his brother also said?
Yeah. All of them are having their eyes closed when the screen closes up.
Ah, yes, when Ray kidnapped them and Yoda rode on a bicycle after the car. That was just child's play as well. Yeah, we're really going the ominous and somber
melancholy.
road. Yeah.
Yeah. Much melancholy, very sad.
They're going towards the light. No. Oh.
Also,
They're just all standing there awkwardly.
I forget the meaning behind the painting.
The Last Supper.
Yeah.
It was the last meal that Jesus and his
Yeah, it
disciples
was a
ate together
goodbye.
before he was
It was-
crucified.
Yeah, it was a
Okay.
goodbye to his disciples.
Mm-hmm.
How would you tie that into this?
They
They did it
just
very
tried to kick her out of
purposefully.
the club. They just
Hmm.
tried to kick her out of the club.
I don't think that they were kicking her out of the club.
I think they're leaning into kind of the idea of like conclusion, like the end of sort of thing.
Hmm.
I don't know.
You also have to note that Sotuin was the one in the middle here, not Dojima.
Hey, if we really want to pull strings, another point of the painting is one of Jesus' disciples is the one who actually betrayed him, and
Oh.
So could potentially lean
I'm
to
not
that,
sure
but
at
I don't
which.
know.
I am not sure at which. I'm not sure at which side Judah was sitting though. I don't remember. I think it was to his right,
See, I was
but I don't
thinking
think
that.
that has
I
any
don't
meaning
know.
to it.
I'd have to actually look it up. It's been a while since I looked at
Yeah.
it.
And then she whips out her dick. Oh no.
No, Zero. Go back. You've gone too far.
Know that you have I know that you have been hanging out with Snake and the other guys as of late, but please come back. Don't go that route, Zero. Don't.
You say that as if I actually hang around with Snake and the other guys at all. The only people I've been hanging out with you, Kiwi, and
Listen. I am already a degenerate enough. You don't have to worry about me.
all right. Now we're back. Oh, the OP! Yes!
Opening!
All right. For a moment there, everybody sort of like seemed like they lost hope and they were gonna quit, but Dojima pulled them all back. And now they're back to being aesthetic and pretty.
Like a true harem heroine that she is.
Yes, almost as if she was a princess. But no. She's
a
actually a
No,
pretty
she's a
boy.
scum.
Yeah, she's a scummy person. But she can do non-scummy things from time to time.
I think it's interesting. We talked about this a week or however long ago since we watched the other episode, but this was the only case they picked up that they didn't really choose to.
Yeah.
And kind of got thrown on them.
Simply because one of their members was also a student council president.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, didn't Mr. Senpai also do kind of like a requesting?
Well, it was started with the car accident.
My god, Sosako looks so smug.
Sleepover election? That way she won't be walking around on roads.
Yeah.
What?
Mayu.
Whoa. They probably grew very close when he was massaging her naked. True. I remember back when Mayumi felt like she was an outcast within this group.
So he's talking a lot the last episode.
Oh my god, okay, that might be a bit much. Where's
He's sitting upside down. I love Yoda so much.
Literally blood go rush into his head 24/7, man.
He's the most ridiculous
Oh,
poses.
Dojima was on top.
Oh my god, I just noticed something. They became like super happy and close to her after she told them not to give up. That is so cute.
Oh. Oh my god, no, that reminds me of a certain character from Irma. Don't do that.
Yeah.
They probably should have put the subtitles on top so that we didn't get mixed up, but sure.
Oh, good. Fucking David, he's so creepy. He has a sexy voice, though.
Calm down, Kiwi.
He doesn't look like a middle schooler here.
He looks like a serial killer. Wait. No, wait. This guy
He has
literally looks
Michael
like
Jackson
yeah.
hairstyle.
I was gonna say huh?
Okay.
And then stuffed her into the trunk? And then left her at D.
Okay, but why?
What?
What the fuck is wrong with
You're
you?
hectic right now.
On your handsome friends?
We're making this too close. Please no.
I was gonna say that he looks like the villain from Demon Slayer. I didn't get his name.
I don't know. I don't think he's normal by any stretch.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably a demon, just like the guy from Demon Slayer.
Oh my god. I really like this art style, but
Huh?
oh, is it really a government thing? Oh wow. This
What is
art style
this?
is really pretty.
I know.
It is, and yet so
But it's
creepy.
creepy, yeah.
I do like it, but wow.
Is nobody else noticing
Too
that this
close.
guy's
Bad
way too
touch.
close?
Bad touch. Oh, this painting again.
Mayumi, please just talk to the guys. Find the guy, one of the. Oh, I feel uneasy.
Just get Michio to beat him up. Honestly.
The president put a heel through his forehead.
Damn. The way they structure the shot.
Those are why are the feet
What are those?
shown?
Wrinkly.
They're ugly.
They're so gross. Like, they really want this guy to be unattractive.
I know, right?
Give him.
I like
they
the
even gave
justice
him Michael
position though
Jackson
against
hair.
this painting. That's super
Yeah.
interesting.
I thought someone had really nice thighs for a second there.
What? What the fuck is psychopath? But you're talking as if Mayumi thinks that she's above everybody. She literally keeps saying that she's scum.
He's trying to get into her head.
But no. Wait, wasn't that Sotowin dressed up as Hatsune Miku back then?
The Power Rangers
It's the power of friendship.
and cross-dressing, apparently.
Oh, Bakana. Oh my god.
Is he on? Oh,
Oh my god. This came back. Oh
Maybe it's
my
in the opening.
god.
A beautiful girl is asking you for a favor.
Back to the first episode.
Be a sim.
It was a military satellite, of course.
recap episode?
Oh no. They're probably going to use this to come to some sort of conclusion as for the thematic setup.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does seem like a recap.
Oh. Tajima in a bunny outfit.
Soto really likes cross-dressing.
Sashiki Warashi.
Hey, that's the poster image.
Except with Mayumi there.
No, she's in that one. Isn't
Oh,
she?
really? I've only
Pretty
seen
sure.
ones where she wasn't in.
Pretty sure I saw that one.
Spot the main characters.
Oh no, you're right. It's a little different.
Yeah.
I'll take it back. Take it back.
Oh, so sweet. I feel like this is a goodbye present rather than anything else, and it's kind of breaking my heart.
What? That will be all north to south? Of course. When Hatsune Miku tells you to vote for someone, you vote for them, alright?
Yeah.
Fucking creep. He disappeared. An assassin?
So he's from government.
No, he's from the academy.
An academy is controlled by government.
The academy literally hired an assassin to be one of their students. Assassinate any of the people who didn't agree with their ways. Yes.
You'll scum.
Is this a little peek into their futures?
Seems to be.
Ending.
Yes. Orange juice. Cowabunga. It's been so long since I've heard anybody say that.
I know. We Ninja Turtles now.
Okay, this is a great ending. I'm kind of sad that Sunway didn't get any character development, but I like it.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah, in the
This
end,
was a great ending to a series.
none of the other characters got any character development, but
Maybe in the future, if it gets a second season, we'll get more character development.
oh, okay. Well, it suddenly cut off there, but sure.
That's the ending.
Rest in peace.
Wait. There is something in German. Der viele doch, du liebst so schön.
What does that mean, Kiwi?
I have
You just
no
read
idea.
it. She's not going to tell us.
I see.
The second, like the sentence after a comma is "you live so beautifully," but I have no idea what viele doch means.
Well, there is this thing called Google. Well, that was unfortunate.
Yeah, it just kicked us off in the middle of the ending.
Hopefully there isn't any after credits scene that was cut out, but okay.
I don't think it's done one, has it? I can't
Has
picture
it
any.
ever had one? I don't think it has.
Darn it though. I wanted to hear the ending.
Yeah.
Perfile means multiply. Does that make any sense?
Yes. Multiply beautiful life. Yeah.
You live, multiply. You live a beautiful life.
Okay.
Okay. I see. So it's like spreading
Never
happiness.
mind. I wrote it wrong.
Nice. Great job, Kiwi. You're always reliable.
Perfile doch means stay a while.
Okay. I get this episode. I both really loved it. I also found it a little bit anticlimactic.
Same.
Yeah, but it was a really pretty episode. I kind of almost teared up at Sotoin's speech. It feels like an ending of an anime. They clearly don't plan to make a second season for it.
Yeah,
It
they
doesn't
don't.
feel like they are. Yeah.
This was literally just a recap and then the conclusion of some of the questions that we may have had throughout the series of like
It was
the
more
viewpoints of characters and what they
Mayumi's
said.
conclusion than it was the problem's conclusion.
Yeah.
I feel like they kind of rushed the relationship because Sosaka has been speaking to Mayumi all of a sudden without any like explanation for it. And also like this episode, I mean, they kind of tried to make it seem like she encouraged them and that's why they liked her. How I
think it'd have been a consistent thing throughout her first meeting them. How they kind of pushed her, but then as they kind of got closer together, she also helped push them. But
yeah, I mean, I like it.
She did in each arc to help, like whatever. But
I like that.
Yeah,
ending.
like,
I think the ending is good.
Yeah, I like it. I guess it feels like I said, like it was built to be the conclusion to Mayumi. But he really didn't pay much attention to the actual like problem, like him hitting the assistant student or counselor, whatever, or the vice president, whatever it's called.
And
like
you
him
guys are just like,
assassin or whatever.
so
It was kind of just
suspicious of her.
Thrown
Like,
on
oh,
him.
she's acting too friendly, but yeah. Turns out no,
Yeah.
he actually did hit her, and then he put her in its trunk and drove out to a different hill, and then dumped her there. And he's
that's kind of
pointless.
yeah.
Yeah, that kind of conclusion kind of makes me sad because I would have loved to see Michiru go more into like more Michiru.
Yeah, like
just
Michiru actually doing
theorizing
some
about the
actual
whole
detective
situation.
work instead of just
Yeah.
theorizing something
I think-
ridiculous and then it not being true.
For me,
Yeah.
like I really enjoyed this series like a lot.
Yeah,
I think
same
though
here.
the reason that this will sit as like an 8 for me as opposed to like a 10 is
Mhm.
I feel like it could have gone into more things. Like it could have gone into more depth with the other characters or more depth into the plots. Like
Actually,
Yeah, they
I
You
feel like I
can
really
see-
enjoyed each one of them. I wish there was just a tiny bit more.
yeah.
yeah,
Just
you can
everything.
see
Like if this had
you
been 2 cores but covered the same like plots or maybe had a few more in there just to have more time
Yeah.
with each character.
you can see that they had kind of limited time with the episodes to do what they had like put out for them because for me it feels kind of rushed but I still really enjoyed it. The series is really enjoyable to like just watch.
Mm.
The ridiculous theories don't make it all super predictable and also the fact that like
But there's
the
so
characters
many
are just fun to be around with. Yeah, the characters are just fun.
For me, I really like character stories. So it's like they introduce all these characters, especially here at the end, like with Sotoin's brother, and they kind of like hint at potentially like an ideological conflict between them. But then they kind of just brush it aside and never touch it again. Like those are the kind of
Yeah.
things that I wish we got more into. Or like they introduced the vice president, but then they never really did anything with her.
And also Lai was also
Yeah.
introduced and he
Mhm.
was a
Or
little
Ray,
bit there
any of the
but not
characters,
actually.
Ray.
That's why
Okay.
it's like I really enjoyed everything they gave. it leaves me wishing that we could have had a little bit more into it. I don't know.
Yeah, because it's just such an enjoyable series. It would have been
Yeah,
much
exactly.
more fun if we had more of it to watch and enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that they do
Well,
a
and
second
they all these
season or
characters I
something
really like, so I really want just the opportunity to dig into them more.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, I wish I could hear more of Sosaku talking. It was just the latest 3 episodes of just Sosaku speaking, and I wish I could see more of that because he's my favorite character. At the same time, that will never happen because there will be no second season for this.
Which I also don't know.
No one watched it.
I don't know Nisio Isin's writing as much as you do, Zero, so I don't know. Like, potentially the light novel could have more, or if this is probably what it's like in the light novel. Like, I'm curious on that aspect.
This is something that we're going to have to ask the light novel readers of this series, because this does not seem like a Nisio Isin ending. This seems more like an anime, ending. Yeah, an anime original ending where they decided to leave it like mid-story, sort of like Dorohedoro. Because there's
Dorohedoro
obvious
kept it off
setup.
exactly where the manga does, so it doesn't write its own ending in any way.
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't write its own ending for Dorohedoro, but it does leave off like
this actually. I'm gonna pull out a really weird. Like, this reminds me of the ending to Princess Jellyfish.
Princess Jellyfish.
I haven't watched Princess Jellyfish.
I haven't seen that either.
Princess Jellyfish. It concluded because it's kind of a show about like fashion, so it ends with them doing the runway of him walking down in her dress, and that the anime original ending. It's meant to kind of highlight how far the two characters have come, and it shows off kind of the main characters, like, she made it, she kind of broke out of her shell, she's entered into the kind of fashion world and is able to like leave that mark.
Yeah.
This reminds me a lot of that, where it has Mayumi, she, like, you have Soto and Come basically say, she's great, she's come so far, and it kind of is that finalization for her of like, yes, I have. And so then she achieves it, she becomes the student president, and it's kind of that big concluding moment for her.
Yep.
But it's exclusive to the anime, because if you go to the actual source, there's more story, right? So it doesn't need that concluding moment just yet.
Yeah. Like, I suspect that there might be more, simply because there's still so much setup for lots of things that they haven't addressed and that they can potentially build more into, like far more into. Like, they never mentioned the 21s ever again. Lai is never explored ever again, and then like, we just introduced his brother. We still don't know about the past that he is embarrassed to talk about, essentially.
Yeah.
And like Sotoin's backstory and the backstory of the other characters too, like.
Because they set up Lai, they set up Satoin's brother, and they set up Satoin, but kind of just forgot about them, so to say. I'm not cheating on the series. I still really enjoyed the series, even though that happened. But
well, in this aspect, it makes me think of like Land of the Lustrous anime, where it's like there's all those plot threads that they've set up for you, but then the anime never gets to it, and the anime kind of makes its own conclusion. So it's like, if you go into the manga, then you can explore all those things that the anime like teases you with.
Yeah,
but
this
never
is why,
gets
like,
to.
I am kind of sad that Pretty Boy Detective Club isn't a manga, but it's a novel, simply because I am unable to find a Pretty Boy Detective Club novel in Germany, where I'm from, because it's not a popular series like Mushoku Tensei or whatever.
Yeah.
But if I go to the web novel, it will probably be a completely different story, so I don't want to go and read the web novel. And the manga, like, I think, maybe.
I don't know.
I haven't checked. I only know it's a light novel.
Yeah, that's all I've seen too.
I thought that all light novels start out.
No, not all. Not
all.
Especially if you're an established author like Nisio.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
I mean,
if there's any novel readers watching our video, I'm really curious to know like how the anime differs and like what it does and doesn't cover.
Yeah.
Or specifically Nisio Isin Kiwi, there has been some debate whether his light novels are actually light novels, because Nisio doesn't really define them as light novels. He just writes them as novels, and he calls them novels with pictures in them occasionally. So yeah, that's basically Nisio
no,
Isin's
yeah.
version of a light novel.
I get that.
But
I
yeah.
get that.
For this one, yeah, there's definitely more setup, and it actually just seems more of like a promotion for the original series. This might not have been
Yeah.
one of his most popular ones, which is why
I don't think it is.
they didn't
just from
fully
looking it
adapt
up.
into it. So, unlike something like
You-
Monogatari, which just instantly blew up in Japan, it was really, really popular there, so much so that Shaft is definitely going to animate every single book that Nisio writes for that series. This one might not be as successful as that one. And like the aforementioned Zarigato, which is not as popular in Monogatari, you know, even though it's like the first series that he wrote, still doesn't have an anime itself. So there's stuff like that potentially going on
Yeah.
here.
When you said like
Which
it's
is not
an
uncommon.
ad, when you said like it's an ad for the original novels, I just thought about all of like those shoujo animes that I watched. How none of them
There's-
got a deeper adaptation, like Say I Love You or
There's a lot of
Aoharurai.
anime like that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes me really sad. I feel like Aoharurai would have done really good. It would kept being unadapted, which makes me sad about Pretty Boy Detective Club because I'll probably never actually end up reading it unless there is a really good web novel of it or unless it comes to Germany in a light novel
I also
version. Oh my
think
god,
it's
we're stuck.
Unfortunate. We talked about it a little before we started recording, but I think this anime has struggled just from like target audience and like expectation of like what people thought it was going to be going into it. I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of people have been missing out on this show thinking it's something it's not, which I think will probably lie into a lot too with the light novel and why it wouldn't be as popular as like say Monogatari or
Yeah.
I don't know.
Essentially, actually, Kiwi mentioned that this reminds her of a lot of the shoujo stuff that she's seen or read. This technically is a commentary on reverse harems animes. So
Basically.
it could potentially be the way that this ends, because Nisio just trolls everybody with the ending, and then he's just commentating on how these shoujo stuff never actually have a conclusive ending.
Well, it's funny because
But
a lot of
that's-
them actually do end with like that glimpse to the future of like them getting married or you know.
Oh, really?
That's
I wouldn't know.
someone who reads
Happens a lot.
someone who reads a lot of like older and modern shoujo. Like I consider Aoharurai in the middle of old and modern. Yeah, Aoharurai maybe did end that way. I'm sorry for the spoilers for anyone who's reading it. And Yeah, I Love You also ended that way. Yes,
It's
but
pretty
like
common.
more of the modern shoujo, like I think that at the time that Pretty Boy Detective was written in, doesn't really end that way, like it did in the past times. I think I'm
I guess
pretty
that's
sure.
true.
Like so
I think
far,
you're
what
right.
I've read, they don't end that way, and usually the main like female character, the one who's in the middle, she is the weak, annoying, and really like uncharacteristic type, especially in the modern shoujo, where she doesn't have any personality, simply so people who are watching it or like the younger audience who is watching can put themselves into her role. Which is why I don't
watch as much shoujo anymore.
Yeah, I don't read that much of shoujo anymore either. I just open it to see what it's about. Oh, yeah, I would say maybe this is a commentary on shoujo, but I wouldn't really say it's like that. I mean, they're character types, like a super smart student council president, a cute guy, an athletic type, a delinquent, and a quiet type. Like those are all types which you would find in a harem shoujo series. Not as much anymore now, but you did before. So yeah, maybe it is a commentary. I wouldn't call it a commentary on shoujo.
Well, the funny
genre, though.
thing is, like, with the exception of like the ending there with like the flash forward to them in the future, it doesn't really feel like a shoujo when you're watching it.
Yeah,
Or, like,
it
the
doesn't.
tropes and a lot of those things that they're subverting are there. It doesn't feel shoujo.
I mean, like the latest 2 episodes, I would describe most shoujo-like out of every episode so far, because the quiet type suddenly started using a nickname for Mayumi, and also he started really talking to her and also touching her and everything. That is a really like shoujo type or a quiet type.
That was weird, yeah.
Especially like a quiet type. Usually the quiet types in shoujo are the touchy ones or whatever, like the cute ones. And yeah, that kind of felt like it, but I don't know. I kind of disagree with you there, Zero.
Okay. Well, I mean, I was just saying that that's usually what he writes. Like, Katana Gatari was a commentary on shonen anime, and Monogatari, the entire Monogatari series is commentary on harem animes.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think that definitely is what he's going for. I just feel like if you're going into it expecting shoujo, it doesn't feel shoujo.
Yeah.
Just from like a consuming the media presented aspect. But like when you look at like the tropes and the things that it's actually subverting, it definitely is touching on a lot of those tropes.
Yeah. It could potentially just be Nisio attempting to write a pretty boy show that isn't a pretty boy show and in his own twist.
I also don't know how much shoujo Nisio Isin is.
If we are talking about experimenting, this show is definitely a success in experimenting. The other show that we dropped isn't a success in experimenting.
Oof. Well,
Kiwi, spicy Kiwi.
We're not gonna mention what that show is, but yeah, I can agree with Kiwi there, especially since I binge read the manga there, and it was not what I. But everything that we just discussed can be proven wrong by one single comment. So let us know, guys. For anybody reading the novel,
a novel reader.
Please do.
How did you feel about the ending? Oh, how did it actually go in the light novel? Yeah,
novel readers are kind of like atom bombs to our city.
What?
What?
Yeah,
What? Of course. Kiwi has to say something out of pocket all the time.
I just thought about it.
I really enjoyed it. I think there was a tiny bit of missed potential, but I really enjoyed it.
Same.
I mean, we don't know if there's any missed potential about it. Maybe it will get something later, even though it doesn't feel like it will. Maybe it will.
Yo, maybe it's gonna get an OVA next season and get really bad ratings, like a certain Wonder Egg Priority. I don't know.
I didn't hear about that. What happened? Tell me later.
I thought you were going to this on Given for a second.
No. Okay. That's a completely different subject. And the Given movie, I haven't uploaded the Given movie reaction yet, which I will probably edit that after I finish this. But either way, I think we've discussed all that we had to say about this show. Naughty novel readers, let us know how it went.
Yes.
And
Bombar City down.
We're going to go on to the next Nisio Isin show after this. So if any of you are a fan of the Monogatari series, we'll be catching you there. Either way.
And we gotta promote this series on the Monogatari series later.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. If you like that, then you'll like this. Yeah, of course. Either way, hopefully nobody cuts me off this time. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in the next series. I was gonna say the next episode, but there is no next episode, so see you in the next series, guys. Later, dudes.
I don't like lollicons.